Hey, how you doing today? This is Mike Gingrich with another Live with Mike. Today, we want to talk about why your business should be considering WordPress for your business website and key considerations to be aware of because not all WordPress is created equal. All right. Okay. So you see, I'm pointing in the right direction. There it is at the new blog post that's up on digitalhill.com that you can take a look at benefits of using WordPress for your business CMS, and we want to dive into the details there. Now, again, one of the key reasons is that WordPress is the most used CMS in the world, and what that means is cost savings on a lot of features and tools that you might need. If you think of an idea that you have for your WordPress website, it's been there, it's done that. Somebody has got these pieces working for you, and you can take it. You can get all kinds of themes, plugins, and the plugins give you the features, the tools that you need. So, WooCommerce is e-commerce for WordPress, and that is a plugin. You want to use Stripe for payment processing. You want to use forms. You can use Gravity Forms. You want to use complex forms. You can use Gravity Forms. You want to have a simple tool for SEO. You can use Yoast SEO. All these different pieces that are just provided to everyone who is using WordPress. And that's one of the biggest reasons. And the second reason then is all these uh, updates that WordPress rolls out. So it's continually actively updated, improvements being made, security features being rolled out. So it is keeping up to date as opposed to something that is just built once and then begins to deteriorate over time. WordPress continues to evolve and adapt and improve over time. So your site infrastructure can continue to be strong over time. Yes, the WordPress framework platform is a free tool to begin with. You just need somebody to set it up, customize it, and get what you want in place. So there's just the labor part involved in that, and you can also have a lot of collaborative things with your team. So the tons of options for multiple users, tons of options for sharing different pieces, having someone that's just an author for blog posts, having someone that's an admin, letting people into to work on other features, and rolling out different pieces there for manufacture with dealers, manufacture with suppliers, and giving people access, all possible within WordPress. And very easy with a lot of the tools. And WordPress is built from a framework that knows mobile responsiveness needs to be there, is important, should be there from the get-go. And so it has a lot of tools in for mobile responses to begin with, and your developer can just kind of use those to make sure your design is, and that works tremendously. And like I said, there's different tools for search engine optimization that can work well with WordPress. Now, I'm going to give you an example again, then switching to why all WordPress is not created equal. So I had a meeting this in the last week, and the person wanted me to review their website and take a look at it. And so I said, hey, can we take a look at the back end, the admin area of your website, so I can see kind of what's going on. So they did screen share with me, and I took a look at that. And this is where not all sites are built equal, because with great power to customize comes great responsibility to do it wisely, right? And this site had been built by someone using the Divi builder, which is a tool that, you have your WordPress framework, and it's built using Gutenberg blocks, and that gives you a lot of power to do that. But then you can add things on top. Now, there's one piece is adding plugins. That's fine. Okay, but another piece is adding another CMS on top, which is like this Divi builder, and that's another whole layer. And I don't know if I'm visualizing that correctly, but it wraps up and changes your site completely. Okay, so all the normal kind of tools were gone, and this Divi tools were front and center on this site in the back end. And they wondered why it was slow loading, why it was slow saving, why they couldn't find, how do I SEO optimize this post? And that's because all this Divi stuff had changed the system that WordPress had put in place. And so it was really no longer I mean, it was quote unquote a WordPress website, but this thing had wrapped it up and changed it so much that it was no longer simple, easy, or WordPress esque. Okay. And there's no reason for that. Not all tools are created equal. This is why you need someone like us to help you determine what's good, what's not good. We know these things because with this one, it was all wrapped up and made convoluted within there. So, and that, it makes it convoluted because they're trying to give them all kinds of power to do it yourself, make it easy. Uh, and so there was all these different components, but what those components did was mess up some of the other infrastructure, the ability for a page to be the content to be indexed by Google for search engines, the ability to optimize a page was not easy, and and then just the speed was gone, right? So that's where you need someone that is fluent in WordPress, but not just giving you tools to build, but is fluent with all aspects of WordPress. How to build what we call light, so that there's speed, there's efficiency, there's flexibility, but there's power. And then knowing how to build. You want to build in a way. There's customizations you don't want to do that are not helpful if your goal is search engine optimization. If SEO is important to you, there's certain things that, yeah, it can look nice, um, but it's going to be bloated and it's not going to rank well. Okay, you need to be aware of those things, and the latest tools with WordPress really give you a great infrastructure for customizing your site, doing all kinds of powerful things without bloating it, without needing that extra builder thing on top that just weighs it down. Okay, so that's just of critical importance and something that I want to communicate. Not all WordPress sites are created equal, and so who your developer is, what tools they use are going to be very important. You don't want one. You want to go with the minimum necessary additional big features into the site. You want to use the WordPress's main infrastructure. You want to use blocks wherever you can, and then you want to know what plugins you're using and if they're light or heavy. Are they going to completely change the backend interface? Completely change how you design a page? If so, think twice because it's going to add weight. And it's going to complicate things. All right. So that's what I want to talk about today. You can read more about why to use WordPress for your business website here on this blog post at digitalhill.com, and hopefully that gives you confidence to use WordPress, but also that caution to not just go with the cheapest dude who says I'll give you something that you can customize however you want, using this other tool built on top of WordPress. Okay, be careful with those things. This was Mike with another Live with Mike. Hopefully that's helpful for you. Talk to our team if you have questions about your business website. All right, over and out. Take care.